Good afternoon. My name is Matthew Fleissig. It is July 23rd, 2025, and I am here with Anita Friedman. Anita, thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Very pleasure to be here.
So, tell me, so you said to me you worked in the school.
I worked at the village school for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was from 1984 till 2010. No, I started in 1980, but 1984, the village school had a special GNAP program, which was a Great Neck Alternative Program, which was in the school. So I was a special ed teacher at the village school for like 30 years.
And where was it located?
Located 614 Middle Neck Road, Great Neck. Do you know the village school? Oh wow, it's the longest alternative high school in the country. It originated in Great Neck in 1970. And it's for those kids that are failing out and from out of district also come into that school. I would say now maybe half the kids that are there are about 50 kids a year, are from outside, and their district pays to go to the Great Neck Village School. And I was the resource room teacher there for about 30 years.
Did you also live in Great Neck?
Yes. I lived in Great Neck from 1952. I left in 1969 for 6 or 7 years where I got married, and then I moved back into Great Neck, and at one point I was on Great Neck Estates, and then I'm in the south part of town, and I lived there, have lived there 47 years.
What made you choose Great Neck as a destination to live?
Because what's available in Great Neck, the school system, the library system, the park system, everything. It's a very good.
So what are some of your memories about living in Great Neck when you first lived here? What were some of your favorite stores? What were some of your favorite memories?
Okay.
Did you
What
meet any
my
famous
favorite
people?
memories? What?
Did
Pardon?
you meet any famous people? Because we know a lot of famous people.
No.
Here.
Okay. Famous stores or eateries?
Not famous stores, any of your favorites.
But the favorite was Kriegel's, the ice cream. Do you know about Kriegel's?
For our viewers.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's Kriegel's. It was an ice cream store, which doesn't exist anymore, but had the best homemade ice cream ever. And then there was...
Where was it?
It was on Middle Neck Road. And then there's all the bakeries, where now Great Neck has maybe one bakery. There was Banker's, there was Strickoff's, there was Mayflower, and then there was Bruce's. And they were unbelievably great. And now they're maybe one bakery.
Where were they all located?
Middle Neck Road, going down to the old village.
And what did they sell that they were known for?
Just good. Well, Bruce's is the most that has lasted in present history, and they had the great desserts and breads and stuff like that. And then he had his own restaurant, was Bruxelles. That lasted, but not that long. But he was here just a few years ago. They closed, but they're known for great bakery. Good cakes. Mm-hmm.
Were there any other spots like movie theaters that you
Okay.
remember?
When I grew up, there were two movie theaters, the Playhouse and the Squires. They were across the street from each other.
And where were they?
On Middle Neck Road. Right now, we're not next to Lola's, around there. Across the street from there was the Playhouse. That closed many, many years ago, and it was not to be thrown down, but somehow it got thrown down. I don't know how, because there was supposed to be history, not touch certain properties, and somehow it got dilapidated and they threw it down. But then next to that, the Squire Theater was the Squire Deli, which was famous. Everybody went to Squire's Deli. And then it moved from next to Squire Theater and moved down the block, half a block down, and it was a deli where everybody went to. And then what other famous places were like Pancho's. Pancho was a Mexican place.
Where was that?
What?
Where was Pancho?
That was on Grace Avenue. And you would line up. you would have to wait maybe 10, 15 minutes just to get into Panchos. And then all of a sudden, I don't know why, it died.
What were some of your favorite dishes to get at Pancho's, if you remember?
Oh, chimichangas, fajitas, and stuff like that.
And what was Squire's known for? Like what?
Oh, the deli.
foods? Yeah, no, but what type of sandwiches were they famous for?
Anything,
Okay.
anything. Roast beef or pastrami, maybe, or something like that. They were famous, and their pickles. Everybody loved their pickles.
Were there also other favorite retail stores you remember going to, or clothing stores?
There was
furniture?
Camping Campus, which just closed recently, and that was there a long, long time. And then there was Great Neck Department Store.
Where were those two?
Camping Campus is on Grace Avenue, and it was there just a number of years ago. It closed. And then there was the Great Neck Department Store, which were the same owners, and that was on Middle Neck Road. And that closed many years ago. I don't know why that closed, but... And then another one that was really good restaurant was Millie's. Millie's. Everybody loved Millie's. She was a really nice woman. Came Thanksgiving, she would have free dinners for the people, for the homeless or people that were needy. And then all of a sudden, whoever owned the property raised her rent so much that she said, and she wrote a letter to the Great Neck Record saying, I can't afford my space. And she closed up, but she was very sad. And she moved to Manhasset.
What was her name, her phone name?
I honestly don't remember her name. I don't remember. But she was a really generous person, kind. Food was really, really good. And she moved to the Miracle Americana, and that restaurant was there for a while, but it's closed.
Where was Millie's?
Millie's was on Middle Neck Road. And then what other place was Mushrooms? That was the corner of Cutter Mill on Middle Neck Road, around there. And they eventually closed because there was a hepatitis scare. And I had just been to that restaurant, and I had to get shots because I had eaten there. And I ate there on a Tuesday, and Friday, it closed. It did open back, but people didn't trust it anymore. And then what other famous place? Lorraine Murphy was the corner of Cedar Drive and Middle Neck Road. They were famous for their popovers, and they had a sister restaurant in Manhasset called Patricia Murphy's, but that died. I don't know why. Then came, whatever came there? Steerbone, who was there, and then Chateau Gardens was there, and then Ines came there, and that was there for a while, and then they closed also. Everything in Great Neck seems to have recently. Before it was always, you always had the regulars. I mean, there was like the Gildor, the famous shoe store on Middle Neck Road. Everybody would line up to get shoes there, especially when there was the sales. The line would be out the door.
What were some of the popular shoes? What were some of the popular shoes?
Papagallos.
Okay.
Everybody had to have their Papagallos in different colors. Everybody had that. I wanted to say that I was the first to go into Clover Drive. I was there for second and third, then went to Saddle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saddle Rock, all my friends went north because I lived in Great Neck Estates. So we all went north. I was like less than a mile from north because Great Neck South just opened, the junior high. It was junior high, no, it wasn't middle then. I was forced to go south, which is like 3.5 miles from my house, but I was forced to go there. And I didn't know anybody. And I went south for 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then my older sister, who was going to North, and I have a twin brother who went to North, decided to go to North. And I said, even though I had lots of friends, I wasn't going to be the only person in my family, everybody going north, and I went. So I switched to South and then graduated Great Neck South. Great Neck North.
So what brought you back the second time?
For the good schools, the library was phenomenal, nothing better. Levels, I thought Levels still is phenomenal. What they give to the kids that they have, that's great. The park system, nothing better than every day now. I'm still going. Go to Parkwood, and I walk the lazy river. I swim my laps, and then I go home. So there's nothing like the lazy river and Parkwood.
What parks do you remember going to when you were young, when you were a kid growing up?
Well, when I grew up, I lived in Great Neck Estates, so I went to the Great Neck Estates pool, which is right on the water. And I used to go fishing on their dock and stuff like that. And I used to swim there. But now, and I love Kings Point Park. Every year, for Mother's Day, I rent a spot there for my family, and we all go there. And not the last 2 years, but we all go there and have a picnic on Field 4 and Space 4, and we have a picnic there.
Were there some parks that you remember going to when you were younger and they're not there anymore, or?
No, because I love walking in Kings Point Park, and Allenwood. I go to Allenwood. Well, my school we used to always go to Allenwood and play ball. The village school would go there. So I worked for 30 years at the village school, which is an alternative high school, which I'm not sure, did I say it before?
Yeah, so I'd like to ask you about some of the stuff you brought.
Since I don't have any pictures, but I just wanted to show you, I thought this was an interesting picture. This was the picture of 1863. There was a Union Chapel. The people that owned the land donated to the school, to the Great Neck Public Schools, and then this is the village school. And it's been in existence since 1970.
I was wondering, could you tell some of the history about the school, when it was, if you know of that, when it was built?
Oh, no, I guess it said 1863, built in 1863.
So what are some of your memories of working there?
Well, I got to say that it's a school that creates and helps kids who are not doing well in regular school, who might be, most of them are school phobics. They might be failing out. They are phenomenal, and they get these kids working. It's ungraded, and it's pass-fail, but every student, almost, I would say 95% go on to college. I mean, we had two famous students while I was there. It was Alon Hall, who won Top Chef in the second year of Top Chef. When he was at North Mill, he wasn't doing well. He came into our school in 8th grade. Usually no one comes in at 8, but he came in because there was nowhere else to put him. He did so well. In his senior year, he did an internship in Italy for cooking, and then he went to the Culinary Institute and graduated from there, and then applied and won Top Chef. He was amazing. And then another one, during my time, was I got it first. Nikki Blonsky. I was her advisor. She applied to go for Hairspray. She went to the ice cream place. Forgot the ice cream place on Grace Avenue. Well, I can't think of the name. I was there when she was asked to be in Hairspray, and I went to Canada to see the filming of it on her birthday, and here she was a star. So.
Are you involved in any other community organizations or social organizations here in Great Neck?
We're a member of Temple Bethel. So my husband and I always help out with the Brotherhood.
How long were you a member there for?
22 years.
Do you have any fond memories of?
Well, I grew up, I was Temple Israel. And the difference is that one's conservative, the other one is Reform. So I was bas mitzvahed in Temple Israel, but then now I go to Bethel, which is different. I don't like that it's not as much Hebrew as it is in Temple, but they do a nice job. But when I was younger, Temple Bethel had about 1,500 families. Now it has 450, 60 families. So it's hurting membership-wise.
Any rabbis you remember when you were younger?
Yeah. Who do I remember? Rabbi Waxman. He was the elite of the elites. You know, he was up there with his sermons, like way above my head when I was there, but so interesting. And then Temple Bethel, yeah, they have two new one, very good.
And so you went to Hebrew school?
I went to Hebrew school at Temple Israel.
So what was that like back then? What was the Hebrew school system like?
Yeah.
How many days did you?
We had to go 3 days. 3 days. One had to be Sunday. I think that's changed. Now I think some of these ones go 1 day a week, I think. But I had to go 3 days, Monday and Wednesday and Sunday. And yeah. And my daughter went to Temple Israel, the Hebrew high school. I don't know if that still exists, but they're, you know.
So what is that other book you brought with you?
Oh, I just wanted, did I show you before?
You showed
Oh,
me
no.
that one, not that one.
No, I thought, Alon, I have a lot of books, but yeah, here it is. Here's Alon,
Okay.
and that's the kid that won Top Chef.
Very cool.
I mean, he's quirky, he's so enjoyable, and without the village school, he wouldn't have made it. And that the beauty of the village schools, if you decide to work, you're going to succeed. The whole thing in that philosophy is believe in yourself, and we believe in them, and they begin to believe in themselves. So that was a line. I mean, these are some of the kids. Oh, here's another picture of Alon. You know, and some other, you know. Here's another picture of Alon. He's all over. But, I mean, these were all the kids that graduated in 2000. And I worked there from 1983 to 2010. It's a miracle school for certain kids.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate you coming.
Okay, thank you.